Fossil record is complete enough to confirm sudden jumps. Scientific literature confirms that the fossil record is complete enough to confirm discontinuity, sudden arrival of higher taxa, rather than universal systematic gradualism. Darwin's theory requires universal gradualism. However, Darwin knew that the fossil record contradicts gradualism. Darwin's excuse was that the fossil record is incomplete. But as we find more fossils, we should find gradualism to be universally true. However, that expectation or prediction has been falsified. More than 250 million fossils have been collected, and 250,000 fossil species catalogued. The millions of fossils show a systematic pattern of stasis, no change or minimal change, followed by sudden appearance of new higher taxa. Dr. Stephen J. Gould, evolutionary biologist and paleontologist, reported that 90% of the time, fossils demonstrate stasis, no change or minimal change. The rest of the time, we see sudden appearance of new taxa. Gradualism is the exception rather than the rule for the higher taxa. Note: mega-evolution is the claim of naturalistic single-cell to human evolution, including formation of completely new body plans and completely new phyla. Microevolution is adaptation of species inside a genus or family. Note: in this video, we quote scientists who, as far as we know, do believe in evolution. Quotes are from the following scientific paper. Caps are mine for emphasis. Scientific paper: Macroevolution is more than repeated rounds of microevolution. Douglas H. Irwin, Evolution and Development, Volume 2, Issue 2, pages 78 to 84, 2000. Quote 1. Paleontologists argued that rapid speciation produced a discontinuity between micro and macroevolution. Quote 2. These discontinuities discredit any smooth extrapolation from allelic substitution to large-scale evolutionary patterns. Quote 3. Some macroevolutionary discontinuities may be associated with the origination of evolutionary innovation. Quote 4. Macroevolution reflects the exhaustive documentation of large-scale patterns, which reveal a richness unexplained by microevolution. Quote 5. Paleontologists have proposed a number of patterns and processes that suggest a hierarchical structure to the evolutionary process, with explicit discontinuities between levels. See particularly Gould 1985, Bennett 1997. Quote 6. The empirical distribution of evolutionary novelties through time suggests that the origin of evolutionary innovation may be distinct from much of traditional microevolution. Quote 7. The discontinuity lay above this level. The origin of the characters that differentiate the higher systematic categories requires some other factors than does the origin of the lower taxonomic units. Filipchenko, cited by Berrien 1994. Quote 8. Simpson recognized the seemingly discontinuous origin of major clades as the greatest challenge to the incorporation of paleontology into the modern synthesis. Quote 9. Simpson noted, macroevolution involves the rise and divergence of discontinuous groups. Quote 10. Simpson's macroevolution emphasized the origin of species and genera, while he coined the term mega-evolution for the origin of higher taxonomic categories. In his view, the discontinuities between larger groups were of far greater evolutionary significance than between species and genera. My comment: that, above, is exactly the point we have been making in these videos. Quote 11. Punctuated equilibrium often imposed a fundamental discontinuity between phyletic evolution and the formation of species. My comment: the origin of higher taxa, kingdom, phylum, class, order, requires something more than low-level speciation inside a genus or family. Quote 12. Paleontologists had recognized that species appear suddenly in the fossil record, often show no directional morphologic change during their existence, and then disappear. Quote 13. A pattern of punctuation and morphological stasis is overwhelmingly supported. Quote 14. Patterns of clade replacement, community change, and speciation. In each case, discontinuities appear between microevolution and macroevolution. Quote 15. Paleontologists have established convincing evidence for discontinuities between intraspecific microevolutionary change and the larger-scale patterns seen in the fossil record. Quote 16. Microevolution provides no satisfactory explanation for the extraordinary burst of novelty during the late Neoproterozoic Cambrian radiation. Valentine 1999, Knoll and Carroll 1999. Quote 17. Microevolution provides no satisfactory explanation for the rapid production of novel plant architectures associated with the origin of land plants during the Devonian, Kendrick and Crane, 1997. Quote 18. Microevolution provides no satisfactory explanation for the origination of most major insect groups, Labandera and Sepkoski, 1993. Quote 19. Is macroevolution more than repeated rounds of microevolution? Discontinuities have been documented at a variety of scales, from the punctuated nature of much speciation. These discontinuities impart a structure to evolution, which impedes, obstructs, and even neutralizes the effects of microevolution. Conclusion. Scientific literature confirms that the fossil record is complete enough to confirm discontinuity, sudden arrival of higher taxa, rather than universal systematic gradualism. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe.